everybody, Jessica Coulter here, and today we're going to be talking about book reports. So if you're as excited as I am about reading, then that is awesome, makes me happy. And if you have ever done a book report, or there's one in your child's future very soon, then let me know. This message is relevant to you. Just tap that like or heart button for me, that thumbs up wherever you might be, whatever platform. So just let me know you're here and the message is relevant. So before we jump into those book ideas for you, those kind of book report ideas I should say, I just want to introduce myself in case you just stumbled upon this video or you're kind of wondering who I am. So again, my name is Jessica Coulter, and I'm the CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I work with students in the 3rd grade and beyond, all the way up through adults in grad school. I love to help students in 3rd grade and beyond on the ACT, as well as proofreading and middle school math. I help with much more than that, but those are my 3 specialties. So, as an avid bookworm, I've done lots of book reports. Some of them I've enjoyed more than others. There's good books, there's not so good books, but you don't know until you read them. So, for those students that just don't care for reading, I know sometimes the idea of a book report strikes terror, in the bravest person's heart. But I have some ideas that I think are fun for a variety of reasons, and they don't necessarily focus as much on the book, or maybe they're quick and painless. So the first one, and the one I think that you should always do, no matter if you're considering a book report or if you're just wanting to check your comprehension for a story and make sure you picked up the important bits, is a plot diagram. So in case you're wondering what I mean, plot diagram, it's going to have different elements of a story. So it's going to have, at the very, very end, the resolution. So it's kind of, what happens at the end of the story. Does someone live happily ever after, like in Disney? Or is it, someone dies or someone, moves somewhere? Lots of different possibilities for the end of the story. Whereas on the complete opposite end of that, at the beginning, is the exposition. So that's when we're learning the characters' names, that's when we're learning the setting, all of that's good stuff that's kind of introducing us to the story. And then in the very, very middle, so plot diagram, flat line, big point, kind of a mountain in the center, and that's the climax. So that's the turning point of the story. Now some people always think that means that's the exciting part, and it can be, but it also might be something that kind of seems misleading. If someone dies, you think, oh, okay, well that is like, what happens, that's a big thing. But it turns out the true climax of the story is 2 chapters later when we find out that so-and-so murdered that person, and that's truly the climax because we all thought that person was the good guy. So definitely, whole point here, make a plot diagram whenever you are starting a book report. I mean, some teachers will let you get away with that. Sometimes that's the entire assignment. But if you need more than that, that is always a good starting point. So I hope you guys are enjoying the video. I hope you're getting something out of it. If you're looking for more ideas about book reports, if you are struggling with homeschooling and you need some ideas, or maybe you've got a kiddo already in school working on homework, I have all sorts of resources and homework help available in my group. I'll be posting that link in the comments, and it should also be in the description somewhere here or around the video. So I do have 2 more ideas for you. The second one that my roommate tells me is terrifying, but I think it's kind of fun, but is a speech. So that is a fun idea for those of you that like to act, because you can do it a couple different ways. You can do it in the way of, you stand in front of the class, you have your note cards, and you just tell us what the story was about, or the book was about. You can make it as boring as you want. I, myself, like to get more involved with my stories than that, always have, and probably always will. Myself, for a book report when I was in elementary, I dressed up as the character, and I had my note cards, I did some magic tricks, because my dude was a magician, and I had a lot of fun with it. And for those of you that think you have some great accents, you can take it even farther than I did and, speak like your character. You can have as much fun as you want with the speech. It doesn't have to be this is what the story was about. It could be, pretend to be the main character. Pretend to be your favorite character. There's no reason you can't tell the story or give your speech like your character. So, again, I'm going to check in before we move on. If you're liking this, let me know in the comments. Give me some tips of your own for book reports. Those of you that are watching, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. So, the last idea is for those hands-on people. So, I am creative. I like to read. I like to write. But hands-on stuff, not always what I'm an expert at. So the last idea for a book report is a diorama. Now, if you're wondering what that is, if you've ever seen kind of like a little scene created, that's a diorama. So for me, I've made those before when we were actually in history class and we were learning about the Oregon Trail. So we made our little wagon, with the canvas and the spokes and the barrels and all the good stuff. So that is an idea. I know that a common way to do dioramas for book reports is you pick your favorite scene and you just recreate it however you want to, in a 3-day way. It can be as creative as you want. You can make your own materials. You can just buy stuff at the store and figure out how to glue it together. You can also do it where maybe you choose, like if your teacher wants you to focus on the climax or focus on, maybe a certain character. There are hundreds of ways to create dioramas, and again, the possibilities are kind of endless. So those are the 3 book report ideas I wanted to share with you all. So again, if you tuned in, thank you so much for being here. And, just remember, tap that like or heart button for me. And if you're watching this on Facebook, great. Make sure you subscribe to my, channel, become a follower. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe too. I would love to have you either way. And make sure you join the group so that way you can get all the homework advice that you need, all the resources you could possibly want. And I know that those are going to help you and your child be successful and take advantage of all opportunities that come your way. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We'll see you in the next video.